Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Positive Profit, the YouTube show and podcast where we help you learn how to start and grow your own natural dog treat business. Hey Profiteers, thanks for joining me on Positive Profit. I'm your host, Kara, and today we're going to dive into a great topic that was inspired by one of our very own dog treat bakers. But before we get into it, let's have a quick chat. So, I have a little confession to make. You guys, my brain has been all over the place lately. I don't know if you can identify or not, but between running Positive Profit, designing new merchandise, and spending quality time with my family, it has been a whirlwind. Do you guys feel like you're juggling a million things at once? Let's remember it is totally okay to feel a bit scattered sometimes. We're all in this together. Okay, let's get into today's topic. So, in episode 45, Sacramento's Best Pet Store Game-Changing Tips for Dog Treat Entrepreneurs, I showed you a clip of the wonderful leash and collar store where they sell dog treats by the pound. One of our amazing viewers commented asking about how to price her dog treats when she's going to be selling them by the pound. That is a great question. So, I'm going to dedicate an entire episode to this sought-after topic. And we're going to break it down step by step for you. Are you ready? Before we get started, did you know that I have a free community of bakers just like you who are also wondering about how to price their dog treats? We talk about everything dog business related there, so come on over and join us at facebook.com/groups/start a dog treat biz. Okay, let's get after it. So first things first, let's talk about costs. Because knowing your costs is crucial because even a small miscalculation can impact your profits significantly. We're going to break it down into three types of costs: variable costs, fixed costs, and total costs. Variable costs are the expenses that change depending on how many treats you make. For example, ingredients, packaging, and shipping. Fixed costs are those that are steady expenses like rent, utilities, insurance, and labor. And total costs are just the sum of your variable and your fixed costs. Obviously, total costs are the total of those two. Pro tip: calculate your dog treat making costs down to the penny if you can. This precision is really what turns your hobby into a profitable business. I'm going to say it again. Calculate your dog treat making costs down to the penny if you can. This precision is what turns your hobby into a profitable business. And that's probably what you are all after. So I hope I can be of help to you today. Then you've got to do the numbers. You have to put in the work, spend the time, because it's going to be a huge win for you when you do. Okay, so let's calculate variable costs and talk about that. And we'll use an example. Say you are making batches of, okay, now this is a real big example, but say you're making batches of 100 pounds of dog treats. Here's how you would break down the costs. And this is going to work no matter how much you're making, okay? But for the sake, we're going to use 100 pounds. Nice round, even number. Ingredients. Calculate the cost of each ingredient. For example, your flour, peanut butter, pumpkin puree, baking powder, the whole thing. Check the price per pound or the ounce. So make a list of that, okay? Packaging. Don't forget to include the cost of your packaging materials, whether you're going to be using bags, jars, tins, labels. Calculate everything that goes into your package. And then shipping. If you're going to be shipping your treats, include the cost of shipping materials and postage if it's possible. So add up all of those variable costs to get your total variable cost for one batch of treats.
Our example uses 100 pounds as one batch of treats, but you can change it to find all the costs that go into making a normal size batch of treats.
Remember, your own costs may vary based upon the ingredients and the packaging that you choose. Pro tip: always keep an eye on ingredient prices. Sometimes buying in bulk can save money, but make sure that you can use the ingredients before they expire. That's something to think about when you buy in bulk, isn't it? So now we're going to move on to fixed costs. These are your steady expenses that don't change with the number of treats that you make. For example, rent. If you're renting a commercial kitchen, maybe you're renting a booth or a space somewhere, or even using a space in your home, include this cost. Utilities, water, electricity, and gas, factor those in for what you think it costs to make your batch of treats. Insurance, business insurance is also a must to protect yourself. That's a whole separate episode, but please factor it in. Labor, if you're paying yourself or an employee, include those wages. And then miscellaneous, any other regular expenses like website hosting, marketing, or listing fees like Etsy fees if you sell online, anything that doesn't change, that's fixed. So once you have your fixed costs, you can distribute these costs over the number of treats you make. And this gives you a clearer picture of how much each treat costs to produce. Total costs. Combine your variable and your fixed costs to get your total cost. This step is crucial for pricing your products to make a profit.
Let's say your total variable costs for 100 pounds of treats is $200. That means your variable cost per pound is $200 divided by 100, which is $2. Next, let's add up your fixed costs. For the month, let's say they total $500. If you make 200 pounds of treats in the month, your fixed cost per pound is $500 divided by 200, which is $2.50. To get your total cost per pound, add your variable cost per pound to your fixed cost per pound. In this example, that would be $2 variable cost plus $2.50 fixed cost, equaling $4.50 per pound.
Pro tip, regularly review your costs. As your business grows, your costs may change, and staying on top of them ensures you're always pricing your treats correctly. So just maybe once a quarter, if you want, go ahead and review your costs just to make sure you don't have any price increase. So now that we've got your costs all sorted out, let's talk about setting your price. A traditional pricing formula is to charge 2 times your cost for wholesale orders and 3 to 4 times your cost for direct sales. Pro tip, a higher perceived value allows you to charge more, even if your costs stay the same. For example, if your treats are all natural or maybe you use premium ingredients, highlight that in your marketing and it drives up the perceived cost of your treats. Knowing your target market and the perceived value of your product is just as important. Think about the group of consumers who are most likely to buy your treats. Consider their age, location, interests, and the price that they would likely pay. Tailor your branding, your messaging, and your pricing to this specific group. Pro tip, when talking about your treats, wear my t-shirt. No kidding. When talking about your treats, focus on the experience and the emotions. And maybe your treats remind dog owners of their own childhood treats or the comfort and the joy that they bring to their dogs. This emotional connection can also justify a higher price as well. So let's talk about wholesale versus direct sales. Wholesaling your products, it means that you're selling in bulk to a retailer who then sells to their customers. It is a great way to sell larger quantities more predictably. However, wholesale prices are usually lower, typically at twice the cost. Now, direct sales, on the other hand, mean that you're selling directly to your customers, usually at 3 to 4 times the cost. This method lets you build your own customer base and keep all the profits, but it also requires more effort in marketing and sales. Pro tip, many businesses, they use both models, so don't feel like you have to choose just one. It's all about finding what works best for you and your business. I did both. Some clients wholesale, but most customers were direct. So moving forward, we have covered a lot today. Remember to regularly review and adjust your pricing to ensure that you are making a profit. Focus on quality and uniqueness rather than just trying to offer the lowest price. And keep an eye on inflation and rising costs. Every few months, update your variable and your fixed costs to make sure that you're not losing money due to sneaky increased expenses. I am working on a spreadsheet that will be a free downloadable resource on my website, positiveprofit.com, and that's positive with a PAW. And this will be a spreadsheet that you can input all your costs, and then it will give you some numbers that you can work with to help support this episode. And I really do think it's going to be a big help for you. So, thanks for tuning in, Profiteers. I hope you found the episode helpful and feel more confident about pricing your dog treats by the pound. If you have any more questions or need advice, feel free to reach out. And remember, don't forget to treat yourself well.